Okay, good evening. So let's learn conditional clauses today. So there are three conditional clauses, just only three. Let's see what they are. First one is probable. Second one is improbable. The third one, impossible. Probable, improbable, and impossible. So three conditional clauses. So each conditional clause we can divide that into two parts. Okay, let's see probable. If I work hard, I'll get good marks. Just focus on understanding, you can write it later on. Okay? If I work hard, I'll get good marks. What does that mean? If I work hard, I'll get good marks. That means if I work hard, there is a probability of me getting good marks. So, me getting good marks is dependent on this particular thing. So, if I work hard, then there is a probability of me getting good marks. So, what you have to understand here is the structure. Structure will be if subject. This entire thing, if you see, it is in simple present.
Simple present.
It is in simple present. And this is in simple future. So if simple present and then simple future. As simple as that, right? This is called probable. Do you really use it in real life? So many times. Somebody will ask you, will you pass this year? If I work hard, I'll pass. If I study hard, I'll pass. Or if the question paper is easy, then we'll pass. Whatever it is. So you are getting good marks or you are getting passed in the examination is dependent on this particular class. This is called probable. The second thing is improbable. I will give you an example first. If I were the Prime Minister, I would make education free till PG. If I were the Prime Minister, I would make education free till PG or education free for all, whatever it is. Is there any chance of me becoming a Prime Minister?
No.
Why not?
Maybe.
Maybe. But is it very likely or unlikely? Unlikely. The chances are very less. But you cannot say it's not possible. That means it is possible, but it is generally improbable. You cannot say it is impossible. It is still possible. Technically, realistically, it is possible. But how likely it is? Not very likely. That's why we call it improbable. తెలుగులో చెప్పాలంటే ఊహాజనితమైన విషయాలు. నేనే సీఎం అయితే మనం మాట్లాడతాం కదా జనరల్గా వి యూజ్ దిస్. ఇఫ్ ఐ వర్ దిస్ చీఫ్ మినిస్టర్, ఇఫ్ ఐ వర్ ఇన్ యువర్ ప్లేస్, రెగ్యులర్ యూసేజ్లో. ఇఫ్ ఐ వర్ ఇన్ యువర్ ప్లేస్, I would come to school by 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock.
Using verb. Why we are using verb?
Yeah, in conditional clause you have to use verb. When it is probability, when you talk about probability, generally I is followed by was. But in this particular case, you have to use verb. This is only an exception. That's a good observation, but it's an exception. Even if you use he, it has to be verb. If he were, if we were, you were, for everything it has to be verb only in this particular scenario.
If they are plural sentence.
Plural also verb. Whatever it is, it will be verb only. So what is the structure here? If simple past,
Verb.
simple past, Subject plus verb plus noun. Simple past and subject plus would. This is standard. You will not change it. Plus V1 plus rest of it. If simple past, subject plus would plus V1 plus whatever it is. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So this is an improbable scenario. You cannot say it is impossible. It is possible, but not very unlikely. I'll give you some examples. If I were in your place, I would come to school by 6 o'clock. What does that mean? నేను ఈ ప్లేస్లో ఉంటే నేను స్కూల్కి 6కే వచ్చేవాడిని. మీరు ఇక్కడికి వచ్చారు, నేను ఈ ప్లేస్లో ఉంటే 6కి వచ్చేవాడిని. మనం చాలాసార్లు అంటాం ఇది. నువ్వు ఇలా చేసావు కదా, ఈ ప్లేస్లో నేను ఇలా చేసేవాడిని. ఇది మనం వాడతామో లేదా? We use it in real life, right? The same thing you have to use it in this place. If I were in your place, I would do this. Adi actual English. Adi English lo cheppalante you have to use it in that way. The third one is impossible. This is also very frequently used in real life. Let us see. If I had studied well, I would have got distinction. If I had studied well, I would have got distinction. What is the meaning of this? నేను బాగా చదువుకుంటే నేను డిస్టింక్షన్లో పాస్ అయ్యేవాడిని. దాని అర్థం ఏంటి? ఈ సరిగ్గా చదవలేదు, డిస్టింక్షన్లో పాస్ అవ్వాలి. Is there any possibility of changing this? No. It is a past action you are talking about now. So that is why it is impossible. You cannot change it. It has already happened and you are talking about that scenario now. Is there any possibility of going back in time and then study? We don't have time machine. You didn't study well earlier, so you paid the price for it. So you don't have a possibility of going back in time and doing it again. That is why it is impossible. What is the structure? If. What is this? Which sentence? Which tense is this?
I have past
perfect. Past perfect. And then I plus would have plus V3. I are subject. This is subject plus would plus have plus V3. This again is past perfect. If you see, this again is a past perfect sentence. But instead of using had or anything, you will use would. Would is mandatory for these two scenarios. In this case, you will have will, first case. The second two case, it will be would. So I just revise once again. First thing is probable. So probable, you can say there is a 50 to 100% chance of happening. Assuming. In fact, you can say 0 to 100%. It may not happen, it may happen also. There is a positive probability of 0 to 100%. In this particular case, almost 0%. Even in this particular case, almost. Right? So it's as simple as that. So I just revise the structures once again. First one is probable. So probable is used when you want to talk about a future scenario which is dependent on a current scenario. If I work hard, I will get good marks. If I look handsome, I will get good number of girlfriends. Whatever it is. Whatever you want to use in real life. The second thing, improbable. Improbable, if I were in your place, I would do this. If I were the chief minister, I would do that. Whatever it is. It is very frequently used in real life. చాలా సార్లు మాట్లాడతారు, అలా యూజ్ చేసేవారు, నేను ఉంటే అలా చేసేవాడిని. Or else, if Junior NTR were in the place of Allu Arjun, that Brahmin character would have been better.
Yes.
Example. Right? Some example. Our place ఉంటే బాగుండేదేమో, ఎలా చేసేవాడు, అలా చేసేవాడు. We use it, right? In real life. Third thing is impossible. If I had studied well, I would have got distinction. Or you can use the same thing in movies also. If NTR had acted in BJ, it would have become a blockbuster. Is an example. Right? Or if Ram Charan had acted in Shakti, that would have become a blockbuster. Something, some example. So I want all 5 of you to frame 3 sentences, 1 sentence in each category. Want to do it?
Yes, sir.
Take 5 minutes, write down, and then come here and state. You can use your own whatever it is. Don't use these sentences which I have already used. Try to frame new sentences in each category.